Welcome to the abandoned resort. Another beautiful day in Central Texas. And today, we're pouring the big slab in the admin building. This is our administration building right here. It has been here for a long time. We totally gutted it, stripped everything out of it, and then we put new plumbing in the ground. And then we put a bunch of base material in because the whole back half of the slab was all slanted down and not level. So we filled it all in, made it level, put a bunch of rebar on there. Today we're pouring concrete to cap it all so we have a nice level foundation, strong foundation that we can start framing off of, building everything back together. So for those wondering why we're pouring a slab in a building that's already here that already had a slab, you can see up front, we're not pouring that front part because it's all flat and level. And you can see a slab comes back on the sides here, but it's just the sides. There is a slab down low. The sides are level. So that is level to keep this building level. All these posts are the same height. And so they had to build up a little foundation for these to mount on. So all of those are level, but they just followed with the slab for the main part, the natural slope of the ground. And so you can see it's way taller back there than it is up here. So that's why we came in, poured a bunch of base, which actually made it really easy so we could put drains where we wanted because we're putting our laundry back here. We put a couple extra bathrooms back here. And so it made it super easy for us to run all these drain pipes without having to bust up the slab that was there. We just laid them on the slab because it had a natural slope to the back of the building, which is good too, so our drains will naturally drain right to the back of the building. It was perfect for that. And then we came in with a bunch of base material, that stuff right there, and we filled it all in, made it level. We created big beams, which are these deeper spots that they go through our slab to make parts of it really stronger, make it structural, and then it'll have a nice slab in between everything, capping everything. We also have conduit for electrical right here, so we can have plugs coming out of the floor, going up into walls, that kind of thing. This just made it super easy for us to be able to run whatever we want back here. So now, pouring the entire slab of a brand new level slab to start off our admin building build. And like I've said before, this is not that big of a deal. We're literally just pouring a slab. Who cares, right? I care though. This is the first like really big thing we've done out here that is moving forward. We've done a ton of huge things out here, but a lot of them have felt like we're moving backwards. Like stripping out this building. It used to look like a building. It had offices, it had furniture in it. And we pulled all that furniture out, which felt like it was negative, even though I know it's positive. Furniture was trashed and old and yucky. And then we stripped all the sheetrock out. And then we stripped all the siding off of it. That really felt like we're going backwards. We did the exact same thing with the abandoned mansion project. It looked like a house when we started, and then as we went for like the whole first year, we were taking away stuff, making it look worse and worse and worse because we had to uncover all the bad stuff so we can get to it and fix it. But man, that part was hard. I remember Meredith and I went up to that house and it was like a house we were really excited about, and we were making it look worse every week. And that felt bad. It felt like, man, we're making a mistake. We're at that exact same stage right now with the abandoned resort, where we've peeled back all the yucky stuff, just leaving the bones of everything. And so now this place looks like World War III. But this is a big stage because we are starting now to put stuff back together. And day by day, stuff will look only better now, which is really cool. This is the worst part of the build for me, where I'm super stressed. Everything's expensive. You know what's not cheap? Concrete slabs. Everything's expensive. And everything looks bad out here. And it's like I'm just spending money and everything looks trashed. This is the worst part for me. But I have to keep telling myself, it's only getting better from here. that building's gonna look nicer every week now instead of worse. It's gonna be fine, Matt, you're gonna be fine. I'm not sure what happened here. You can see that gap under the board. We never noticed it before, but there's a huge gap under the board, which means it will not hold concrete. So we need to fix that real quick. It's all gonna run right out underneath that board. It looks like a cow patty. Oh, there it goes. Today is one of those days I look around and it's like, this is crazy. It's just like 50 people working here. Like everyone is trying to make this place beautiful. It's nuts. This place was sitting vacant for 20 years. Now there's 50 people on property. We got crews over there working. I got a crew over here working. Check out this mess that we found. So we only have that excavator for a little bit longer. It's a rental. And so we figured while we had it, we'll start tearing up rock sidewalks and some rock that's all bad over there, and then all this part that was bad. And then we found that. So this is the pool. Little did we know, underneath this bad stone over here, all this kind of tile work, was a kiddie pool. This thing was totally underground, and they tore it up trying to figure out what it was. And then they finally realized it was something, but they'd already ripped up the top. So they went ahead and just ripped it out of the ground. The water was only about a foot deep, which went to like here, and then it had like a foot and a half of concrete. No idea why they poured a foot and a half of concrete, and rebar is in there. Like nothing on this place was built right, except this kiddie pool. It ain't going nowhere. So we went and just pulled the whole thing out of this hole with the excavator, but it was totally buried. We had no idea there was a kiddie pool ever here. But we found it. This pool we are going to leave. So we're going to fix it up, make it nice again. We may resurface it because it has some big cracks, but all the concrete, we're just gonna leave and just rejuvenate this little pool. It's got a cool beach entrance. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about these pipes that had little bubblers here at the front. I don't know if those pipes are still gonna be good, but yeah, we like the pool. We like the location. It's right there next to kind of everything, the heart of the whole resort. We just need to make it, yeah, functional and look nice. That little pool house building, there was bathrooms in there. You can see big X's on the walls because it's trash. You can actually see a big crack running through right there. It's bad, so that's gonna get knocked down. So our plan was the admin buildings and then work on the Airbnbs near the highway, get all those running, and then start going over here to these cliff buildings and get some rooms that are able to be rented out and start working on the restaurant. But then we thought before that, it might be cool to have like small events out here. And so we're gonna come over here actually after the admin and the Airbnb buildings and start working on just sort of our little event space. You can tell it needs a little bit of lawn work, but this one has a nice slab, but all of that's pretty rotten. So we need to take that down, redo all that. Fairly cheap, fairly easy. There is power there, so we'll have lights and stuff under that as well. That's gonna be a piece of cake. I said that like something over here was not gonna be a piece of cake, but everything over here actually is gonna be really easy compared to the whole rest of this resort property. But yeah, it's got a nice slab. that's gonna be great. Like, we don't need to do anything to this slab. We'll put up new posts. We'd probably use those fans, they're probably fine. Put up a new roof on here, and this thing will be great. Clear out some trees so you can see down to the river over there. This one, in the grand scheme of things, small amount of work, small amount of money to make it really nice and have a nice covered place for people to hang out, small events, that kind of thing. We need more areas. You know, if the events are a little bigger, you could always put a tent next to it for temporary. This was our little serving area. So over here, they have a big smoker, which is very ugly, but the guys from Vigil Barbecue who were out here for the Booty Snapple Eclipse event, they actually thought it was kind of cool. They wanted to see if it would smoke. We are gonna take it out, but we may actually have them come out and just see if we can smoke something on it. It needs some work because obviously there's gonna be some holes where smoke will leak out and air will go in that will fuel our fire and make it hotter than they want. We also were talking to them about building us a big pit smoker combo. This was actually the pit that the resort used before. Very cheaply made. You can see it's like someone just got a bunch of pieces of metal and hooked them together. I'm sure it worked. Ugh. So they just had the fire going down there, a bunch of logs down there, and throw whatever they wanted on this grill. It is a pit. So we were thinking about just getting one big pit smoker combo, like a big metal propane tank looking thing, and just getting a really nice one to replace this and this. I was talking to those guys over there to get ideas on what we should do. And then of course, this structure, very trashed, but also very cheap to totally tear down and redo a little pavilion here. That and this would be fixed up, which would be really cool. Clean up the grass, clean up the trees. That's a dead tree, take that one out. And then we got us a hangout area. It'll be great. And if you come a little further down this way, there is an outdoor fireplace over here, which is really cool. It is about 15 feet tall. Really cool. There's some cracks in it, but they're minor, so nothing we even need to worry about. We might feel the cracks, but it is a beast of a fireplace, just made to have a cool outdoor hangout area. So we've X'd all this stuff because over time the ground has warped, probably roots and trees are messing it up, plus just age. So it's cracked all the mortar between these stones. So we'll probably pull all the stones up and then reset them all and make a really nice flat area to hang out around an outdoor fireplace. And then over here along this wall, we were thinking a stage. And maybe temporarily just the stage we already made and just have back the trailer up right there if we can figure out a way to get it down here. But eventually a permanent stage for all of our like 50 to 100 person events. I think you can fit that super easily over here. You had 350 people. This is probably not the area of the resort you would want to do the event. Probably down by the river, something like that. But for all the like more common 50 to 100 person events, family reunions, smaller weddings, that kind of thing, man, it'd be perfect. Have a stage there, a band, everybody's just hanging out, eating, hanging, chilling by the fireplace. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. So our thoughts are it would be one area that we could actually get fixed up fairly quickly and for not too much money. And then it's something that starts getting people to come out here. People start enjoying the property even before our hotel is open, before our restaurant is open. But it'll allow us to actually serve people out on the property, start having the flow of people, which will be freaking magical. Also, all the stone that we are tearing out, you can see we are saving it because we're totally gonna use it again. I want as much here from the old resort as possible for the new resort. So all the stone that's salvageable like that comes apart and is not cracked up, we're just gonna build new walls and new structures and new pits and new fireplaces out of the old stuff so that the spirit of the old resort will live on forever out here. These machines are cool, so they mix the rock, the sand, everything together in the water, and then it comes out like that right there. This is the last little square, and then everything is poured. So after this gets poured, they have to sit here and wait. So they're gonna smooth everything out, but then they wait a while, and then they go keep smoothing once it hardens up. The problem is, on a day like today, they have to wait a long time. Ideally, it's like sunny and dry, and the sun will help cure it, the dry air will help cure it, and you can get on it sooner. But when it's like this, the ground's all wet, it's been raining, so it's like, yeah, you can see right there. It's been raining, it's super moist here, and the sun is not out. It is now almost 10 o'clock in the morning. They've been going since 7 this morning, and the sun has not come out yet. And even if it did, we're covered. So there's like not gonna be any sun drying of that thing at all. So these guys will pour this, they'll smooth it out, and then it's like sit around and wait for a couple hours before they can come finish the concrete, which is a bummer. Some sunlight right now would really be nice. Maybe it'll come out even just to dry the air up a little bit to help pull some of that water out of the slab. As you can see, now it's raining, which is the opposite of what we need. Rain is the opposite of sun. And we really could use, sorry guys, we really could use a little bit of sun right now, but now the roof is actually helping. While the roof would normally be keeping the sun off, the roof is also keeping the rain off. And it's doing a pretty good job. It's fine, everything's fine. No, this amount of rain isn't gonna do anything. Even if it rained harder, it still wouldn't really matter. It's just gonna make it take longer to dry, but only around the edges. You know, the roof's doing a good job of keeping the bulk of it off. So even if it starts raining harder, we're fine. It's gonna take it forever to dry. And I wanted to see it like nice and dry-ish by the end of the day. While we wait for the slab to get a little more dry, we're gonna run out to the range real quick and see if any of our grass that we've planted has started to sprout yet. Got a little bit of green starting to happen out here, which is cool, but we don't really care about that as much. We really want green to be growing on this so we don't get these big cracks and all of our brown dirt washed down. This is all base, so it's that kind of stuff. The whole mountain was made of base and we put brown dirt on the top of it. Yeah, so this is like just weeds that just happen to be growing up. This was seeds that were already in the brown dirt. We came and seeded everything with grass. I don't think it's growing yet, but we are starting to get some weeds growing, which will help. Weeds are fine. We're gonna probably have to come put more brown dirt on this because it's rained and washing it down and it needs to be thicker anyway, but it's so steep that it's kind of hard to get it on there. If we can get some of these weeds growing, then we can start dumping brown dirt on there and it'll stick a lot better, a lot faster. Cool, that's progress. Eventually I'd love for this thing to just be covered so that it'll not wash away every time it rains. It was that. I think we're just not gonna do that because we can't get the dump trucks on top of that container over there without collapsing it in. It's already trying to collapse in by itself. It's fine though. Look at that sign though. Whoever put that up did a really good job. It wasn't me. So proud. It was a little bit you, mostly me and Mikey, but it's still up. You know, we got to figure out something better eventually because I think we lost a few of our ties in the middle, a little saggy in the middle, but it's up there and I thought it was only gonna be up there for like 3 days. It's because of all those awesome cuts we put in it.
Exactly.
Letting the wind through.
You can see it from the property too, driving up.
It is cool. Yeah, I think it should be bigger next time.
Longer.
Or, yeah, longer. Or sponsor. Just think about it. Right up there, X Firearms Company range.
Is that a real firearms company?
Not yet, but X company is probably going to be invented soon and they want to pay us $1 billion to advertise.
We can quit our jobs.
$1 billion a month.
We can quit our lives.
That's more money than I make in a month. What about you?
It's about half of what I make in a month.
Wow. Range number 2. All brown dirted as well, all seeded as well, but no little grass budding up yet. Now we're gonna leave all this just base so that trucks don't get stuck in it when they're driving around. This stuff is really good. It's soaking wet right now, but we're not sinking in it at all. It's all packed in hard. But we need that stuff to start growing. It has been 2 hours since they were done pouring. No sunlight yet. It's not really raining right now though. It did stop that, but everything's still damp. Let's go check our slab. It's so wet. Gives them more time to massage everything, make it right. You can see that plastic over on the side. That was on the side the rain was coming in, so they're trying to keep as much water out as possible. And then it's not bad to have the amount of rain we got because that will give you more time. They're not having to hurry to try to make it all really nice. They have time because it's not gonna set up and harden very quickly. It's just a bummer when they do get to the part where they're just sitting around waiting for it to harden so that they can actually move to the next stage. But either way, we're gonna have a great slab. I am out of here today. I let the professionals handle this because I gotta go pack up now and leave for Cletus and Cars. Next video, we're gonna be Indianapolis. I hope to see you there. By the time you see this video, I'm there. I'm in Indianapolis. If you want to come see me tear the back end off the ranch tang, you're in luck because I'm going to do it. It is 5 hours later. It's rained all day long, but it's all curing. Very nice. Guys are still here. They still have some finishing up to do. Look what opened up. That's weird. There was a slab here that we broke up. It was a really crappy slab. It was right here. They had laundry machines back here. We tore it out. This hole was not here. until it started raining and a hole opened up in the earth and is draining to who knows where. We just found another cave.
I'm on fire!
Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mare.